This is a little introduction to Excel. Excel is by far the most popular application used in business, and it is expected of anyone getting a business major to know quite a bit about Excel. Excel is similar to Word in some respects in that you can type in information, you can format it, bold, italic, change the font, you can set borders around things, and if that's all you used Excel for, we wouldn't need it. You could just use Word. The power in business of Excel is that you can put in numbers from your business, like how many sales from each store, and then you can tell it to compute things for you. So when you look at Excel, you're going to see what's actually displayed when you print it out or email it to someone. But what's behind the scenes in Excel are some of these numbers weren't typed in. They're actually formulas where you've instructed the Excel spreadsheet how to calculate that formula and what to display. So when you type in raw data, these two columns, for example, were typed in from raw data, then there are other columns that you can specify, well, I want to display the dividing two numbers and rounding it to a certain number of places and display it here. And if you click on the cell, you'll see that inside the cell, this is the formula bar, it shows you the real contents of the cell that the user or designer of the spreadsheet originally put in. It says round the result of dividing D4. D4 is the cell located here, by C4, which is the cell located here, to 4 places. So you've actually instructed Excel to do a calculation for you and do some rounding. And also anything you enter, you can specify how it's displayed, not just the font and the size of the font, but things about the number, like how many decimal places, whether to show it as a percentage, whether to show it as a dollar amount. So you have a lot of power over how you display things in Excel. So in Excel, you always have an area where you input numbers, and you have an area where the computer will output the numbers based on formulas that you give it. So that's what we're going to be learning to do in Excel. Here's a little trick. You hold down the Control key and hit the backward hyphen, and it shows you what's really entered in all the cells. So you can see certain columns have raw numbers that have been typed in, and certain columns have formulas that tell it to calculate things, which are these 3 columns here. Undo Control back hyphen again, it goes away. Also notice in Excel that you can have multiple sheets. You can actually have up to 255 sheets. This sheet actually takes numbers and summarizes it from the other sheets, which you'll learn to do later part of the book. You're also going to learn how to do charts, where you can take the original numbers and present it into a graphical form. And it's got all kinds of options for what kind of chart or graph you do. So as you go through the book, remember the whole idea is not just to make your result look like the Excel spreadsheet. If you just did that, you would never get a job doing Excel. The trick is to have the spreadsheet do work for you, so you can put in some numbers and the other numbers are going to be calculated correctly for that spreadsheet. And that's a brief introduction to Excel and some information you need to know about it.